Obviously, we're in a place where you guys have never been. You've never had this practice in program history before. Has it sunk in yet, the magnitude of the history that you guys have made this year?
Not really. I mean, we're playing football, and that's the most important part right now. So I think maybe after the season, to sink in a little bit more when we do our end of the year banquet and stuff like that. But for the time being, we're greedy. We want to keep playing. So we're not just happy to be here. We want to go make a run in the playoffs. So starts today practice, and hopefully we can go down and perform well at Auggie. Gives ourselves a chance to win in that game.
Mm-hmm. There are pros and cons to playing a conference team. Augustana really well. You see him at least every other year. Do you like that? Kind of knowing what you're getting into, not having to start from scratch, or how do you balance? Just knowing them so well, them knowing you so well.
I mean, just like anything at this point, you're going to play a really, really good team. So they got a fantastic group of guys. They're really strong on defense. They got a great offense and well coached. And you keep going on for a long time about them, but it is interesting, right? Like you think you're going to be out of region playing game, and then you get notified that you're playing the same team. And at first, it's like, and then you kind of take a deep breath and like, we came here on our homecoming and beat us. So the competitive drive and people like, come on, what else can you really want? You get a chance to prove yourself against a team that beat you. So when you put in that perspective, yeah, there's a lot to play for the playoffs, but particularly showing that we're a better team than we were in week 4.
Yeah, where is the motivation for this group? Is it, facing Augustana, the team that beat you on homecoming? Is it, it's the playoffs and you want to win, obviously, or is it somewhere in between, probably some combination of that?
I'd say probably somewhere in between. I think our kids are focused and understand that, it's, win or go home type of deal right now. So that certainly is a little bit different factor, but no, I think there's different motivations, but certainly can dangle that carrot that we didn't play our best game against them too. So it'll be fun to kind of get to see. I'm sure everybody motivates themselves a little bit differently.
Yeah. Kind of in this day and age with social media and stuff, obviously any team makes the NCAA tournament's a big deal. Once the program's first, it's going to get blown up pretty big. Zollie was talking about, obviously, 24 hours after you guys got the win celebration, you had butterflies when you were sitting down in there. Great experience as well. But now it's kind of turned the page and it's locking in for a game. Hopefully go 1-0 again this week. Kind of how confident and have you seen you guys that they're kind of like, all right, we're in game mode now. It's like celebration's over and it's time to lock in and strap up.
I think they've been in this playoff mentality for quite some time here. So, after we got, especially by Duluth, where you're like, hey, you really do control your own destiny. And if you went out and especially when the regional rankings come out, you're like, hey, if we win, we're more likely in. So I think it's been a play-in mentality for a few weeks, maybe a month here already. So, I mean, I don't think a lot's changed. I think that's the nice part of how the season unfolded, that the pressure was there already and it mounted obviously as it went through, but they've handled that and now they're just ready to go play. I don't have a lot of stress. I don't think our guys are super stressed. It's like we got an opportunity to go play, but on the flip side, they know the magnitude, but it's not. I don't think it's anything different than what we faced, the previous month here.
It's kind of been a run on over and over again, but with how much we've talked about alt and the offense, Beaulieu breaking record Malik this last weekend, and I hate to say it again, but they keep doing unreal things this program's ever seen. Just kind of try to describe or put into words kind of how they've been able to be so dominant week in and week out, the offense, especially the passing offense.
Yeah, I think first off, it goes back. There's a lot of things that go into it. First, you've got a good coaching staff. And Carson, Coach Pike has done a really, really good job developing a bond between him and the skill guys. And you also have Jordan Hine, who played quarterback and controls the receiving room. And then McNisson has come in, replacing Ryan Olsen, and done an awesome job. And his hand was a little bit different than what he thought he was probably getting into when he signed up here to be the line coach. And there's been a lot of changes over there. So when you only give up 6 sacks in a year, you got to give him credit. So from there, I think they just have a lot of toys in the toy box, man. Like, you can spread it out. Ball's playing at a high level, and those guys have played so much football together, including COVID year, while they're just playing 7-on-7, and it allows to kind of build some rapport. So those guys have been fantastic, and I think really since Auggie, that entire offensive group has really improved each week.
Yeah, it was ages ago when you guys played the Vikings up here on homecoming. Obviously, it was the first time in a long time you guys haven't been able to jump in that lake. And Zollie said, yeah, he's pissed off about that. But, what do you learn? I know, like I said, it was ages ago, but What do you learn from that game moving forward now when you got them in the NCAA tournament?
You learn a lot about, again, just the team that we have. Like, you flip on the film, it's like, man, we're a lot different product than what we were back then. So we've grown a lot, and we went from probably being a really old team if we'd had a 2020 season to an extremely young team this year. So we were just young and dumb enough to just go keep winning. I guess that'd be a way to state it too. But they have improved a lot. I think the continuity and the flow and really the cohesion of, both sides has improved, because there's just a lot of new names and faces that are out there right now compared to 19 and in the years before. So different cast of characters, and they're obviously playing at a high level.
Cool. Well, Chad stole my first question, but
I know.
haven't sunk in yet that you guys are in the tournament for the first time in 95 years of this program's history.
Yeah. Over the weekend, it was still a little bit surreal, and then having the team meeting, waiting for our name to be announced, seeing where we were seating in the bracket, that's when it really set in. And then when we saw we were against Auggie, flipped the switch and on to the next week revenge game. So yeah.
So you're facing Augustana. Is it beneficial to have a team that you know well and you see every year, that you don't have to start from scratch, or how does it feel getting a team that you know really well?
Yeah, it's a good way to look at it. It would have been nice to play someone we haven't seen yet. I did want to see what the competition was like outside of our conference, but it is nice to know what they like to run, what their personnel is like. And then we just looked over our film from week 4 and saw the errors we made and where we can improve. We're definitely ready to go this week, ready to make those changes and get after them.
Yeah, Zollie, throughout this year, this team, there's been a lot of things that obviously, a lot of big records, everyone knows about that and stuff, but I feel like this team just finds a way to win games. How many of these games there's in the fourth quarter and you guys just find a way to get it done? Why has this team been able to get stuff done in the fourth quarter?
We definitely don't like making it easy on ourselves, that's for sure. We like making it interesting, keeping everyone engaged for 4 quarters. We just know what's on the line, I think. After week 4, we had a team meeting and we realized every playoff game, or every game from here on out, is a playoff game. After that week, we just flipped the switch. Every game was a playoff game, do or die from there on out, and we just had to keep finding. We really didn't have a choice. We would love to not make it go 4 quarters, obviously, but when it does, don't have a choice. It's do or die, and season's on the line, so we just keep finding ways to win. There might be a little bit of luck involved, but we're just a determined team, determined group of guys.
Yeah, Saturday, I'm sure, was a big celebration day, of course. Sunday, still you guys are pretty, pumped up. I'm just curious, you talked about the butterflies too, of course, on Sunday. When was it a switch, where it's like, all right, we're happy we're in. Obviously, it's the first time ever. But now it's like, all right, it's game mode and we're strapping up.
Definitely after hearing our name get announced against Auggie, we celebrated for a few minutes. Yeah, we're in. We made it. We got our shot. But now it's time to go. They ruined our homecoming. They kept me from jumping in that lake. So we definitely want revenge. Definitely ready to go end their season this week.
Yeah. You said it's a common opponent, like you just mentioned. They kept you out of the lake. What do you learn from that first game against Auggie, and hopefully not make that happen this time you play?
You learned a lot. We just went and looked at the film from week 4, last time we played, and excuse me. You look at it and you realize we're not the same team at all. Every position on the field has grown dramatically since week 4, and I hope they're ready for us because we're not the same team we were even close to that from week 4.
Yeah, and the last thing I got for you, defensively, like I said, the offense on this team, obviously, rightfully so, all the records, Malik, Beaulieu, all. But defensively, this group has really improved throughout the season, especially you guys force turnovers down the stretch. Talk about fourth quarter. A lot of the reason you guys win those games in the fourth quarter is the turnovers. Just how has this defense been able to progressively get better and better each week?
I think it's good going out in the games. You make mistakes because you can learn off of them and coach off of them. Definitely watch the film and see where you can do better. I just watched the Auggie film, saw plenty of my own mistakes, and I'm ready to correct those this week. But against Northern, we had a few picks, and last week against Mary, we were looking for a few more picks. We had that one fumble, should have came up with it. It would have been nice to obviously have a few more picks and takeaways. It's definitely going to be a key factor for this game. But like we always say, whenever we get down in the red zone or third down, fourth down, bend don't break, and we really don't have a choice. Got to get off the field at that point.
Obviously, you guys have done something that this program has never done before. Has it really sunk in yet? The magnitude of what you guys have accomplished this year.
Yeah, I think it's sunk in now. Now that we prepping for Auggie. Like you said, obviously it's never been done before, so it's an amazing thing that we were the first team to be able to do that. So I definitely think, especially sunk in for me, and I'm sure it's sunk in for my teammates. So now we just preparing to go 1-0. So
you're playing a familiar team in Augustana, right? You play a conference schedule all year long. You don't really have a chance to play non-conference teams. Is it beneficial that you're playing somebody that you know really well, or would you rather have seen a new team, or where do you, I guess, fall on that spectrum?
Yeah, I don't think it really matters. I think we would have, liked to, go to somewhere where it's hot. You know what I'm saying? Even though it's gonna be like 50. I think it's gonna be like 50 Saturday.
Okay.
It would have been nice to play somebody else, but hey, we'll love the opportunity to get our revenge against them, get back against them. So we're going against a good football team. Obviously, they got after us the first game, but I don't think that's gonna be the case for this game. So we just gotta, prepare like, we're just trying to go 1-0. So
yeah, obviously you guys want revenge, like you said. They beat you in homecoming. Is that more so the motivation, or is it just being in the playoffs for the first time and wanting to continue your season, or maybe a combination of both?
Maybe a combination of both. I say obviously we thankful to the Lord for being here, but at the same time we know we're going against all we know what we're gonna get, and at the same time they know what they're gonna get. They're gonna get a hard-nosed BSU football team this week, and like I said, it's not gonna be the same result as it was week 4. So.
Yeah, just the one thing that I got, you guys are gonna have to probably be in shorts, 50 degrees. Christ, you guys are gonna be sweating your butts off after what you guys had this weekend right here. Yeah. But I know it was like ages ago in terms of that Augustana game. Obviously there's that revenge factor. Zollie was saying, about how he didn't get to jump in the lake because of them. You got that, of course, but. What do you learn most from that game? Even though it was a long time ago, what do you learn most from that game now you play in the Ncaa Tournament against them?
We just learned that we, like, for the past 7 weeks, we just learned that we had to play like more as a group. Especially on defense, we had to get rid of the selfish penalties and the selfish plays and stuff like that, and just come together. Everybody be in your gap. I'm gonna be in my gap. Guard your guy. I'm gonna guard my guy. You know what I'm saying? And that's really what it came down to. These last 7 weeks, we've been playing team ball on both sides of the ball, including special teams. So. I mean, that's what we really took away from that game was just week 4. We was just a real, not dysfunctional, but I'd say disorganized. And we was just kind of all over the place, and I think we figured it out.
You got the yards record. You got Malik with the touchdowns record, and of course, already broke the touchdowns record. This offense, especially the passing offense, has been just on another level. This program's never seen the stuff you guys have put up. Kind of said it almost every year. But why do you guys keep on being able to do what you guys have been doing all year long?
Well, with the COVID season last year, we were able to, continue to grow as an offense and a group. And then finally getting Brandon out there and finally being able to play a whole season with him, it's been awesome. I mean, we've had some good seasons in the past, in 2019 with passing and stuff, but this year is just being able to have them all year. It's been crazy.
Yeah. You guys have put up crazy numbers. Now you guys got the Ncaa Tournament. I'm sure like those first 24 hours after you guys won on Saturday, and then even the next day, like Zollie was saying how he's kind of had butterflies just being on Sunday and there in the room and hearing your name called and stuff. How long did it take to process? All right, happy, celebrate, and process to now, all right, let's strap up and let's get ready for this game.
Oh, we celebrated right away, but I for me it was like Sunday morning, like get back right to it. Want to know every week, like we keep saying in here. It's just like another week. I've always thought, especially after our Duluth win, like we're going to the postseason. Like this is the year. So I was preparing for this week, and whatever opponent we had, I was ready. We were ready for it.
How much does it add to it too? Obviously, it's the first time ever making the Ncaa Tournament, but your opponent's Augustana. They didn't let you guys jump in that lake over there earlier. Does it add to it even more knowing that they kind of knocked you guys off here at homecoming earlier in the year?
Yeah, and we definitely want that revenge, like Jaylen was saying. And we know as an offense we didn't play our best game that game, so we want to go out there and prove, what we've been doing, especially the second half of the season, what we can do, play a better game than we did the first time.
Yeah, and like you said, learn from that game. You guys didn't offensively play the best game you could. What do you learn from that game? I know it was ages ago. We're going to talk about a season, a really long time ago, but What do you learn from that game the most?
Well, I think we were still developing a little bit, but another huge thing we took from it was trying to be consistent, especially as a wide receiver group, catching everything, getting the blocking assignments right. We've definitely changed up front a little bit from them too, so got a lot better there. And outside, we've got a lot better too. So